What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to CashNasty reacts to 3 scary true Christmas horror stories. We're only going to do like maybe a few, but yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are having a great night, and if you are, consider subscribing. And let's get straight into it.
The video. 3 scary true Christmas horror score.
It's gonna be scary. I'm gonna get my you know what I'm gonna get. And yes, my foot is still fucked up from the glass, but they did found a tiny piece, but the doctor said it was very tiny, so they're gonna send me to a plastic surgery to see if I can get that removed. If not, it'll just stay there. Anyway, let's do this. We're probably gonna only watch a little bit of it, but it looks scary.
Stories. Let's get to the video. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
How long ago? Oh, Lord, man. That's for the grits get off, bro. Let's get to it, chat. Whew. Story number 1.
Anonymous. Okay.
When I was newly single after my 2-year relationship ended, I was back to living alone again and back to swiping on Tinder and all those apps. I had been single for a few months already.
Behind
I had
you.
met a few people in that time. During that time, I matched a girl on Tinder named Tracy, and she gave me her Snapchat, but it quickly fizzled out to her just watching my stories and not really communicating. That kind of used to happen all the time when I was in college.
Uh-oh,
Now
nope.
being in my late 20s, using Tinder, and just being reminded of how immature all this online dating stuff is, it feels a lot different at this age. I own a corner townhome in a little community. If you're wondering what I do, I'm an accountant. Good money, but miserably boring. After my ex moved out, I thought I would be ready for the privacy and peace and quiet, but I'd say after the first month, the novelty of that wore off. Maybe I'm more of a relationship person, or I just need people around, but being alone was getting to me. That's why I was constantly swiping on dating apps and trying to go on dates.
Hey, y'all want to hear the story? Y'all want #Unc story? I'm drinking, y'all.
No story.
Time you
Who esteems it was out of the attic. So I told her I didn't have it up yet because it's kind of a 2-person job getting it out of the attic.
Man, y'all want to story,
She said,
bro? All right, look, check it out. Check it out, bro. So one time, man,
Stop
man,
gatekeeping.
I told y'all, bro, like, you know, I was out here wild and everything, bro. I had ended up downloading the app before, bro. True story, bro. My girl know I told her, bro. Bro, I'm talking about, bro. I'm dog. You know, getting clicks, bro. And one chick hit me up, bro. It's like, "Are you CashNasty?" Bro, I deleted every picture there. Hey, delete the app immediately, bro. I shared it with Malcolm, bro. He was dying, laughing. I was like, bro, at all, bro. Tell boo.
why not? I told her to come over around 9 that night. It was already dark at that point when we made the plan. It was likely like 7:30 because I remember hurriedly grabbing my keys and rushing to drive to the liquor store to buy a couple bottles of wine. When I got back to the house, I vacuumed and swept the floors. Ever since my breakup, the things my girlfriend would do to clean the place were left to me, and I realized how quickly a place can get dirty. 9 p.m. rolled around, and I was low-key sitting upright on the couch with the TV on, pretending like I was just chilling in the living room watching a movie already. Meanwhile, I had set everything up to be cozy and relaxing. But I sat there for a while, waiting on her to message me or for the doorbell. I sent a follow-up saying, "Let me know when you're on your way," and I eventually started to think she was flaking, until finally, around 9:30, when she said she's outside. She came inside, and I was shocked to find that I was looking up at her. She was a couple inches taller than me. I'm
Raps. Sorry, my shirt kings. I'm gonna keep to myself out. Bro, if any woman foot bigger than mine, over. He looking up.
She was drenched in perfume.
What the
We went straight to the couch and sat down.
That's
she
straight
sat
Jackson
really, really
Dave.
close to me, like our legs were touching. This is where I started to get confused in how exactly I was feeling. She looked a bit older, maybe a little rougher. I'm not sure how to explain it. And underneath that overpowering smell of cheap-smelling perfume, I couldn't help but feel like there was a slight hint of body odor, which completely turned me off. I asked her if she wanted wine, and she said yes, please. So I went and poured a couple glasses as we talked. Have you ever met someone for the first time that you'd been texting or DMing for a while, and when you finally meet, they just end up being nothing like you pictured in your head? That was pretty much this. Something about her felt off, like she lacked certain social cues. I handed her a glass of Merlot, and we cheers each other. I shit you not, she almost immediately spilled a huge drop of red wine on my light blue couch. I composed myself, but I wanted to scream. I said it's okay, as I ran to the kitchen to get a damp paper towel and sponge. I ran back to the couch and blotted it as quickly as I could before it would settle. She kept apologizing, and I kept saying it was okay. After this, it got a little more tense, and to break the tension,
It's a guy.
I suggested I get the tree out of the attic. So I went up to the attic, slid over the giant box with all the tree parts in it, and started handing her down the pieces one by one, each piece getting bigger until we got to the biggest part, the part that I wouldn't be able to handle going down the ladder on my own.
Saying, like, going right to the crib is crazy, yo. Hey, bro, when you person
Everything was handled.
pull, you know, some y'all brothers, man.
Ornaments were all from my childhood. All spacks. It's like I hadn't drank that much to feel this way. I grabbed the first bin and started lugging it up the stairs. By the time I got to the top, Tracy wasn't anywhere in sight. I assumed she was in the bathroom at first and called her name. I looked around each room and then saw that the bathroom was empty. I scratched my head in confusion as I kept calling her name. I went to message her on Snap, but she never opened the Snap. I checked the 2 bedrooms too, but she was gone. I couldn't believe this. She snuck out on me. This was when I started wondering if she thought I was ugly or weird or something, even though truthfully, I wasn't even really into her either. I crashed onto the couch, which suddenly felt a lot more
cool. But I go back on the app, download the Express, you know what I mean, where you can get your profile looked over, you know, ×3 magnified. Cool. Yep. Here's 2 wavy, dog. Come over, get a drink, bro.
period until right under me, weak lights, no TV on. I looked around in the dark room, and I knew I was hearing things. I felt like I was still on the couch, and I felt weak. My limbs were hard to move, but I managed to find my phone right under me within seconds, and I checked the time. The second the phone screen lit up, I saw it. Even though the light was facing toward me, that glow from my phone screen with the brightness all the way up revealed the outline of a tall person's silhouette standing in front of me.
Oh!
For some reason, I didn't scream. I just put the phone down, bringing the room back to darkness. I finally opened my mouth to say Tracy, hoping it was her, but still not.
It's Slenderman. It's fucking Slenderman. 99 GGs. It's Slendy. What are you doing?
Wake up, nigga.
Put your pants back on, motherfucker. Yeah, skirt up, boy.
Wake up.
No, whatever the fuck standing in front of me is getting the fucking knocked out. Put put that lean gun away. What? No way,
Real
Unk's
talk.
still
But what?
alive.
That moment,
Come on, man. Huh?
that moment, remembering what had happened earlier. Whoever was standing there didn't answer me. I eventually picked my phone back up and turned on the flashlight, and I saw that it was in fact Tracy standing in front of me. She
Deshaun
wasn't
donated
moving.
$2.
She was just looking
Thank
down.
you. I'm a start today. F that unhealthy food. My GF is a real one. Chat FRI have known her since I was 9. I am applying at the gym tomorrow. It's time to grind.
You got the best advice. Stubby string always. Enjoy the trip, bro. Sean, glad I could help you out, my brother, man. Thank you for the donations tonight, my brother. Shout out
Down
to
at
the
me.
girl.
I felt locked to the couch. I don't know if it was because of pure fear or the effects of whatever she had obviously laced me with. I genuinely was having a hard time moving my limbs. I felt weak and helpless. All I could manage to say was Tracy a couple more times. She turned towards the stairs, and again, I swear, she sprinted toward them, and all I heard were the disturbingly loud stomps of her running down the stairs. I heard something slam from downstairs. Looking back, I'd imagine it was the front door. Everything looked and sounded so wonky in those minutes after I woke up. Each passing minute, I felt more and more clear-headed, and moving became easier. I checked Snapchat to see that her account was gone, aka she blocked me. I looked out the front window and saw no cars outside besides my own and the neighbors. And then I realized I never saw the vehicle that she arrived in, or if she even arrived in one. I checked my entire home from top to bottom, checking for anything that could have been stolen. The only items I found missing seemed kind of bizarre at first, but honestly made so much sense soon after. Every last bottle of pills from my house was gone. All my vitamins and
Drugs.
supplements, my bottles of Adderall, and even the bottle of Oxy that I had prescribed but never fully used after a surgery. Those were in the drawer next to my bed. I noticed a bottle of vodka was taken from my mini
I don't even use dating apps. I don't like dating apps. If I meet a person, I meet them face to face, and I don't use dating apps. And she backdoored him.
in my room too.
Oh yeah, for real,
But
for real,
other
for
than
real,
that,
for
I
real,
didn't
for
see
real.
anything else that could have been stolen.
Some broke activities.
Still, I called the police right then and reported the robbery. I gave the Snapchat username and explained that I never got her number or knew anything really about
She
her
ate
identity
the-
minus the name that she gave me, which was Tracy Gibson. The police knocked on my neighbor's door since all of our homes are attached, even though it was like 1 a.m. With me standing next to them, they questioned if he'd seen or heard anything strange, to which he said no, he'd been asleep. After about 20 minutes, the police left. I made sure all of my keys were still in place so as to make sure she couldn't get back in. But other than that, this Tracy person disappeared without a trace. I knew her behavior was quirky and wonky from the first few minutes of meeting her, and it makes so much sense now. I won't even call it a theory because I just know this is the truth. I think that girl, or woman I should say, was older than she claimed, and she was potentially homeless with a serious drug addiction.
Oh
I think
shit.
she drowned herself in perfume to mask the body odor that was honestly still
Oh
showing
shit.
through. She laced my wine with something when I was in the attic, clearly. I don't know exactly how long I was out, but it was enough for her to scour my entire home for any and all drugs and supplements. I still remember how disturbing of an image it was seeing her tall silhouette standing in front of me while I was just waking up on the couch. Honestly, after this, I didn't even decorate the tree that year.
Rookie.
Yeah.
Novice. Noob.
Wow.
First of all, why she pull up right to your crib? We meeting at a bar, or we meeting at a place there's mutual understanding. You ain't gonna know my address.
Exactly.
Second of all, that hug when she before you invited her inside the crib, y'all know that hug I'm talking about. Every time I know, I'm talking about that hug when you hug from the way. Yeah, come here. They're gonna let you know all about that mass smell, bro. You can't hide. Rookie.
This happened on Christmas Eve back in '97 when I was 7 years old. Since we're Jewish, we don't celebrate Christmas, so Christmas Eve was just like any other night for us. Our dad is a doctor, and since he's Jewish, he always works on call at the hospital during the Christmas holidays, so he wasn't home tonight. That just left my little sister and I by ourselves for the evening while our dad worked. Then, Mom was watching TV to see who it was. Our door had glass panes built into it, which made it easy to see who was on the other side. There was a man standing outside in a Santa suit holding a bag, and when he saw me, he smiled and waved at me to come to the door. I went near the door but did not open it, and I thought it was odd that someone dressed like Santa would come to our house out of anyone's house.
I don't think Santa smiles, right? Right? I don't think so, right?
In the neighborhood. He said, "Hey kid, it's me Santa. Let me in, I'll give you your presents."
Oh my goodness.
I remember point blank telling him that Santa isn't real, and that if he was, he doesn't give Jews presents anyway. That's when he said, "Of course I'm real." In the past, I only used to visit Christian homes, but lately, I felt bad that Jewish kids never get any presents. So this year, I changed the rules so that you can get presents too.
Bro, leave my
But
yard.
I didn't buy it, and instead...
Bro, leave my fucking house, man. Leave my house, bro. I swear to gosh, you don't leave my house, I'm gonna kick your ass.
I remember getting mad at him, arguing that Jews get presents. We just get them during Hanukkah and not on Christmas.
Get up. You
The
trespass.
smile fell from his face, and all his jolly charm
My foot.
disappeared as he began demanding I open the door. I told my sister to dial 911, and the guy seemed to run away. We did call the cops. However, unfortunately, the operator didn't understand what we were saying. Looking back, I think she may have thought we were just little...
I don't know if it's the testosterone built in me. Can me and my brother got the exact same, like, vivid, like, kind of, like, we be wishing, like, something like that happened to us, bro. You know what I mean? And my girl think we psychotic. Like, we be wishing, like, somebody, like, ooh. Like, bro. Bro.
Yeah, I get it.
Y'all don't feel me?
Yeah,
It's a free fade.
yeah, I get it. It's natural, gang.
It's like,
yeah.
It's like that just this.
It's the warrior
fire
in me,
just
bro.
ignites. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, yeah,
Yeah. Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
I know, bro.
and my
I know,
brother,
bro.
we
I know,
share
bro.
it.
I know, bro.
We
I know,
got
bro.
that. Bro, tell me I ain't.
It's fucking rage, bro. It's rage.
Bro, it's like some my brother. You know, we care for my brother. We care for people, dog. Especially stepping out together. But it's like, bro, it's like something that like it's like we always talking to car chilling, we vibing on a flight. They're like, bro, it's a free fade, bro. We about to go crazy.
was excited that Santa Claus was coming to us. At 7, the only numbers we knew how to dial were our home number and 911. And since this is the 90s, my dad didn't have a cell phone yet, and I had no idea what the hospital number was to reach him there. And with our mom impossible for us to wake up, we were essentially on our own. We hoped the man wouldn't come back, but a few minutes later, he was knocking on the door again. He said he knew the cops weren't coming and to go ahead and let him in or we'd be in big trouble. My sister started crying and ran upstairs trying to wake my mom. Not knowing what else to do, I did the one thing that made sense to my 7-year-old brain. I grabbed a bunch of candles we keep.
He's 7 years old. Okay, alright. He's 7 years old. Alright, we got the calculator. I didn't. Excuse me.
For our menorah and lit them all, then ran below where the smoke detector was. I blew out all the candles quickly before tossing them all up to the smoke detector. Thankfully, they gave off enough smoke to set off the smoke alarm.
That's
As
smart.
an adult,
That big
I
brain.
realized how stupid this was, and fortunately, I did not accidentally set the house on fire. But at that time, all I knew is that the smoke
big
alarm
brain
would
activity.
instantly call 911 for me and send help to our home. There was a fire department not even 2 minutes from our house, so they got here pretty fast. My sister came downstairs, scared of the fire alarm, but I told her there was no fire and to not go outside, but instead wait inside with me. To my amazement, the guy still did not leave. Instead, the bastard ran to the firefighters, presumably telling them that he was glad they showed up. I remember that he claimed he was my dad, and that he dressed up like Santa Claus for Christmas Eve to surprise us. He explained that his suit didn't have any pockets to hold his keys, and that with the door locked, he couldn't get the door open to save us from the fire.
No, 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 you motherfucking bitch.
So he begged the firefighters to break down the door, and surprisingly, the firefighters seemed to believe him. They were actually getting ready to break down the door and told us to stand back, but we started crying, shouting at them that he's not our dad. Celebrate Christmas. The firefighter who was about to break down the door thankfully stopped and listened to us. He asked, "You don't celebrate Christmas?" I told him no, because we're Jewish, and showed him my kippah on my head, as well as our menorah. I then broke down crying, explaining how I set off the smoke alarm to try and get help because the police wouldn't believe us, and to please not let the guy in. The firefighter thankfully believed me, and then asked the guy why Santa would show up to a Jewish home. I don't remember exactly what the guy said, but the firefighters clearly didn't believe him. Two of them wrestled the guy to the ground while the other called the police to come by. They also asked what hospital my dad worked at so they could let him know what was going on. The police arrived and arrested the guy, while another officer stayed with us until my dad came home and explained the situation to him. My dad was furious with our mom for being wasted and essentially sleeping through the whole thing, but mostly he
Fucking
was
weirdo.
grateful that we were okay. As far as Christmases
Wow.
go, I was glad to have our usual boring and quiet Christmas the following year. To this
Taking
day, I
ownership of
think
the
being
house, man.
Jewish saved my sister and I's lives, because had we opened that door to let Santa in, there's a good chance that would have been our final Christmas.
Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I did watch quite a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this relaxing video with me. If you guys did, drop it a like and consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, good night and kalabanga.